story.
You know what, Charles, since this is going to be a video kind of like the artist itself, we're just going to do this before I got to go to work. So, let's get into this shit! Alright, so enough of me just faking that whole thing. Welcome back to Music Reviews, where we're going to be diving into the world of country rap.
Oh, here go hell come.
Oh, I knew this day was going to come, but a lot of people assumed I would have been talking about Upchurch or Mercules. God, if it was Mercules, that'd probably be okay, but if this was Upchurch, it'd be like, I'm sorry, bro. I know you got bars, but hell no. No, instead, we're going to be doing one of the best ones I could think of for just someone that does fast rap, but also does street rap.
Look at me, people don't know when they look at me, then I'm finna get on the track and even though I'm fat, I'm gonna laugh any motherfucker running the gas and say, whoa. Everybody here can example skills that they have, and we putting into these bitches out here thinking they can rap. We like a group of people walking into a chapel, no cap attacking any bastard that's whack. We getting in the backs and feel the wrath of the 4 horse.
And before everyone's just like, wait, you know Crypt? Oh my damn! Bruh, I don't know Crypt. He's just a cool guy that if I were to talk to him in person, maybe he would be a homie after hanging out a couple times. But I will state that Crypt really is an incredible artist. He's made a lot of good tracks over the years, done a lot of good stuff to get on the radar for a lot of very famous people, and is going to be on tour soon with Screwface Jean and Quadeca, along with doing some stuff with Futuristic, so maybe there's going to be some stuff in the works, maybe not. He also may or may not have some stuff in the works with Mac Lethal and many other artists on his whole repertoire. If you guys do not know what I mean, look at the YouTube Cypher Volumes 1 and 2, as well as to all the submissions that came through, and you'll see how big a deal Crypt is, since he's so close to 1 million subscribers at the time of this recording. But you're probably just sitting there at home just like, wait, V, hold the fucking phone. What does all of this of backstory have to do with country rap, or country hip-hop, as a lot of kids want to say? Well, let's go into Crypt's track of The Devil Went Down to Hip Hop, and you'll pretty much see what I'm talking about. Set in, I believe, somewhere in Kentucky, where people do reenactments of westerns, we have Crypt actually reenacting something of his own. Where if you guys have been under a rock for the last couple of generations upon generations, this is another take of the Devil Went Down to series that began with The Devil Went Down to Georgia. This song is basically a challenge of sorts of an artist that feels like they are one of the best in their field, and the devil is trying to claim their soul by offering up shiny jewelry or a shiny object. In the original connotation of it, it was a violin. And in this one,
but when I win this battle, leave that microphone in my feet and begin your dissension.
That's right, y'all. Got a golden microphone. But enough of the stuff about what the theming aspect is, about where this originates from, and a lot of things I could go into for one of my favorite country songs in existence, where, yeah, there's a song that V likes this country.
Apocalypse is starting soon!
In any event, though, with Crypt's whole song, how does it match up to anything I could think of when it comes to rapping to anything with a country beat? Honestly, it matches up pretty well. Instead of trying to break down the lyrics, because we'd be here all day with all the analogies I want to do, and I am not Screw. I cannot make a 30-minute analysis video. I can't do that. I will, however, state the fact of Crypt's whole approach as an artist in this song alone before we get into more reviews about him in the future. And that is, he is one of those super lyrical miracle type rappers that knows how to turn a phrase with similes, with a lot of good punchlines, and knows how to do stuff of allusions to other sort of factors. He also is a master when it comes to the wordplay factor, where if he were to solidify everything into his whole fast rap speed, he'd probably be on the same level as Logic or Joyner Lucas have been doing, and probably has surpassed Token, as a matter of fact, in how he does his whole entire motifs. This song being a good example from all the wordplay that he does in the competition basis against the devil, which is played by Vin Jay for the track, by the way. We have in our whole midst a powerful entry from Crypt's whole entire discography that really does showcase how powerful he is as a rapper, from examples of lyrics like these.
Get you a coat because my flow is polar, spitting so cold the hell itself done froze over like an unplugged toaster. You ain't got no heat. The last time you battled a god, you spent eternity up in a hellhole. Stop, listen up, devil. You don't wanna battle me with speed that practically invented a god that can't be beat. So grab a seat with a rapper seat. You're not imagining what is happening. I'm actually battling half-assed and I'm ravaging.
In this whole tone and cadence, along with the fact that Joey Nato produced an amazing beat for Crypt to be on a track for, we have an amazing storytelling type of vibe that we don't get anymore. Slick Rick's whole storytime methods, I appreciated a lot more than anything. If y'all know how big of a fan I am of Shizzy, we all know how much I adore a lot of stuff that goes out of the norm for things. And this, on top of everything, is another good example, where you don't feel like you're being sucked away from the action, from the wordplay. You're actually engrossed with it. You're actually being tantalized by what is before you, either by a visual mean with the music video, or with a stronger feel by it in an audio base. That is the beauty that comes from Crypt's whole style as an artist. And I'm not gonna slump on Vin Jay. Vin Jay did his part in the song where, yeah, I've seen the comments from Crypt's whole video about, oh no, Vin Jay and this whole concept should have been the one that lost because he spits more fire than Crypt ever will. But that's not the tone of what the song is for. Where, if we're gonna be here for like a minute, I'm gonna do the backstory stuff about why the Devil Went Down to series is why it's a good motif for utilizing two artists for whatever it is that you want to do. This being a modern interpretation of what The Devil Went Down to Georgia has become, this, in all factor, really does showcase that there can be two incredibly great artists that know how to do a storyline without anyone pulling any real punches. Vin Jay knew what the material was. He wrote down an incredible rhyme scheme of stuff that I will show examples of in a moment. If not, I'll just do this.
Back to burn them, no Hiroshima. You don't want that smoke, call it emphysema. So you really want to battle, tell me what the point is when your raps need work, fuck unemployment. Come and get it with a faster pace, but no enemy, no competitor will crack the case. I bash your face, come follow when the panther flames. And bitch, you better get ready to feel the wrath of pain.
He knew what the tone and cadence was going to be. He knew what the story method was going to be. He knew exactly how he was going to play this, and he knew exactly how to do his penmanship to make it a great track. There were no punches being pulled because Vin Jay obviously knew what he was doing. Crypt knows how to bring out the best in the artist that he performs with. There is no going back on that factor because he knows what he's doing. But the more people try to misinterpret how the motifs go is how you make a track end up not being as powerful as it intended to. And that's not by the creator standpoint, that's by the audience standpoint, where that cognitive reaction towards what you automatically know from an artist can paint a very negative light for what your final product will be, and that's a huge thing that you need to understand in the music industry, as well as what you need to understand when it comes to the full-blown critiques that come out in later years. But I digress. I could go all day with this, but like I said before, I got work in a few, so let's just wrap this shit up with some sort of rating system. Because we're going to come back to Crypt in about a couple of episodes from now. I gotta do something for another artist that's been on my plate for a while. But The Devil Went Down to Hip Hop, from all the stuff I've stated for you guys publicly and stuff that I will be going into for an additional video in the near future to flesh out more of my points. I will literally give this entire track from both music video standpoint and from audio standpoint combined at least a 9.7 out of 13. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars out of 7. And I want to give it a B+. There are a lot of stuff I want to go into with this track, but there's a few more things I need to reanalyze before we get back to the additional video for this, as I'm going to be going back through a lot of other tracks to give additional information for my analysis and breakdowns for all of those things. But this is where the initial thing is going to be. However, if you guys do want me to do a more in-depth thing, you guys do know I have a Patreon of patreon.com/thepyramidinn, where you guys can be patrons and request for me to do something a little bit more in-depth and for a longer base period. And I could probably do this thing a little bit more often. And by more often, I mean every day. But I digress. That's up to y'all. That's up to y'all. I'm gonna have y'all sit on that for a moment because I gotta go. I gotta see y'all later then.
You crazy mother. Perfect.